You're listening to Sip and Grow the podcast, the show where we taste awesome, delicious wines while having unfiltered conversations about our passions, experiences, struggles, entrepreneurship, and life. My name is Nicole Di Pasquale, and I'm a wine enthusiast just trying to pursue her passions and dreams while taking you on the journey with me, one episode at a time. My ultimate goal is to not only bring you wine knowledge and value, but also inspire you to enjoy your process and journey in pursuing your passions and dreams. Because guess what? The person you become while enduring the process is more important. So sit back, grab a glass, and let's sip and grow together. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Sip and Grow, the podcast with me, your host, Nicole Di Pasquale. So today I have a special treat. I have a Shiraz from Australia in front of me. I've actually never tried a Shiraz from Australia, so this is exciting for me because it'll be the first time that I try it. But ultimately, Shiraz is the grape varietal Syrah, which is grown in many parts of the world. It's very popular in the United States. But this is actually the first grape varietal that was ever planted in Australia for winemaking was Shiraz. So it's a very important grape to the country. And I grabbed this bottle because I thought the producer was kind of interesting. The producer's name is Miles from Nowhere. It's owned by Franklin and Heather Tate, and their goal for this brand was ultimately for their love and passion for Margaret River, which Margaret River is the region where this wine is from. So Margaret River is in the western part of Australia. And they ultimately wanted their brand to represent the love and passion that they have for that region specifically. Because that region is known for having breweries, boutiques, and a bunch of wineries. So it is a winery-friendly zone. And they just decided to create their vineyard and brand there for their wine. So Franklin and Heather Tate, they're both wine producing veterans that decided to create their own label and own their own vineyard. So here they are. This is their bottle. We're gonna drink it today. And I love that the brand called Miles from Nowhere is dedicated actually to the Tate family's patriarch that came to Australia from Ukraine over 100 years ago. So that was the inspiration behind the name of the brand. So I thought that was cool and interesting, and it kind of inspired me to talk about what I want to talk about today, which is the subject revolving gratitude. And I actually just filmed a podcast yesterday for the first time. So let me go ahead and open this so that we can try it while I get into story time with you guys, because I feel like I haven't done story time in a while. And I've lately on my episodes, I've just been talking about the wine and the producers. And I feel like we need a good story time, you know? So yesterday I didn't film. I was a guest on another podcast, and that was my first time ever being a guest on a podcast, which I thought was a very interesting experience. Shout out to Tea Mystique. That is the name of the podcast. Their episode is actually going to drop the same time that this episode drops. So that's why I wanted to get on here and talk about it specifically, so that you guys could go ahead and watch that episode as well. But my beautiful friend Kat, it's her and her two friends, Tess and Pam. They're amazing human beings. I love what they're doing with their podcast. And I just had an overall amazing experience on their podcast. They made me feel very comfortable. And I just love what their podcast is about. So they tend to have a different tea every time with their podcast. And then they kind of just talk about a little bit of everything. So life, spirituality, being a woman, Anything and everything is talked about on there, and they link in spirituality to it. So if you want to check out that episode, I highly recommend. I definitely get into that episode is more about like focus and flow, and I get into kind of my story and where I'm at currently with certain things in my life. But you definitely do learn some things about me that are like on the personal side, just because whatever came out in that episode. And I think it was a very eye-opening experience and a very powerful conversation that I didn't know I needed until I had it. So that was the interesting part. But it really made me reflect on how important it is to always have gratitude for everything that you have, and always have gratitude for where you're at this moment, at this time, because everything has its moment and everything has its time. And divine timing is divine timing. You can't, your timing is not the timing for things to happen for you. And like, it was just a great reminder. And I get into a little bit of everything, revolving like what helps me stay present and like focus in the now. And you also learn about my experiences that have gotten me to the point of where I'm at right now, with my beliefs and how I respond and react to certain situations and how I go about life in general. But I just think it was so cool to be surrounded, first and foremost, by amazing women that are powerful and like, you know, unapologetically talking about their experiences that can hopefully help someone else who is going through a similar thing. And it just makes you realize that like all of us have a lot of similarities in the sense of like we're all going through something, and like the more you talk about it, the more you can help someone else, you know, go through their growth or their journey, because there's a lot of times where you feel like, at least for me, like you're the only one going through certain things and you may question it. But I promise you, like all of those tough times or tough moments are there to teach you something about yourself and ultimately get you to where you need to go. And yesterday was just like a beautiful reminder of that, because it also allowed me to reflect on all of my accomplishments and how far I've come. Because I tend to always think about, okay, but like I need to do more, or like I've done all of this and that's great, but like the end goal is this and I need to get here. So I'm so focused on getting to the end result or the end goal that sometimes I don't sit in the moment and be like, wow, like look at how far I've come. Like 2 years ago I was doing X, Y, and Z, and now we're here. Like this is great. Like why am I stressing over, you know, getting to this specific goal if I know it will happen when it needs to happen? And like it just is a reminder to always be in the present moment, because ultimately being in the here and the now is gonna get you one step closer to where you need to go or where you want to go as well, because like ultimately you attract in what you want. So like you need to make sure you're always at the highest vibration of yourself in order to receive what you want to receive, because you're attracting in what you get basically. But if you want more details about that or whatever, go into Tea Mystique, their episode with me, and we kind of just dive into that subject about focus and flow and being in the present moment, and we give tangible tools as to what you can do in order to stay in that flow state or stay in the present moment, that are useful for me. And then the ladies also gave their tangible tools that you can use on the day-to-day to help you stay focused on being in the present moment in order to get to the goals that you want to accomplish. So it's a very powerful and deep episode, and we have a very long conversation, but it's a good one, I promise. Anyways, let's go ahead and try this Shiraz. So immediately it has like that typical Syrah smell to it. Like very dark berries in your face, kind of like, and I know wine people are gonna hate when I say this, but for me it smells like a burned wood. I know that's not pleasant to hear, but that's what I smell, which ultimately is just like, it's very like I smell like red pepper flakes, tobacco, wood, like nitty gritty, and then strong berry notes is what I get. Yeah, let's go ahead and try it. I don't know if I like this. That is not my cup of tea, or not my cup of wine, I guess I should say. So this is gonna sound weird, but it's kind of like I feel like you know how when you do like light a match, like I feel like I just drank a match that was lit. I'm sorry. I apologize to this producer if he ever listens to this. I don't know if you're gonna listen to this episode, but like, this is not it. Not it. This is a 0 out of 10 experience. 0 out of 10, don't recommend. Return immediately. Yeah, no. I mean, I don't want to be mean, but like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm gonna say this is a 4 out of 10 for me. This is a 4 out of 10. That match taste overpowers everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Yeah, sure, there's berry notes in there, but like, I don't know, there's like this weird taste to it that I can't get over. It's a screw top. I know we said we don't judge screw tops, but like, I'm judging this screw top very, very roughly right now. It's not what I want it to be for a Syrah. I think this was a $20 bottle. I don't know. It's from Total Wine. I'm gonna definitely link it in the notes, but like, this is disgusting. And I feel bad for saying that, but it's the truth. Let me know if you guys try this. Let me know if you like it. I apologize to the producer who made this wine. I'm sorry, but this is not my cup of wine. This is not for me. I love the story. Love the story behind the vineyard and everything, but definitely not buying this one again. But if you guys get to try it, let me know if you like it. Let me know if it's your cup of wine. And just let me know in the comments. Let me know in a DM on Instagram. I'm just taken aback by how much I don't like this wine right now. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope that you guys take a second to really step back and have gratitude for how far you've come, because I'm sure that you have come very far from where you were a year ago. And guess what? Next year you're gonna have even better, because that's the name of the game. The older we get, the wiser we get, and the more experiences we have, the more we grow and the more we learn, and that's what we're here for. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I will see you on the next one. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this wine. I might, but I don't know. And it's just because I wanna have wine tonight, but like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Anyways, cheers. That wasn't a good idea. Nope.